Hello, it is I, your internet friend, Robert Gadarian. We have one more demo for debugging examples. This is a obviously super simple website that I've created for my distributed systems class. We're going to go over to developer tools, and hopefully it's going to be big enough. It's not going to make that bigger. Okay, well, we'll do our best here. Sources. Get IP solution. You can actually see all of our source code here, which I can increase. Look at that. Now you can actually see it. I've got a very simple button that clicks. When you click it, it goes to done been clicked, because it done been clicked, which will run this function. And inside of that, we have a new XML HTTP request done raw, because it's important to see how it actually works. And we can set breakpoints real easily. And on here, we're going to see all of our watches, and we can inspect all of our variables, and it's great. We also have a callback, and which one's getting called? Loaded event callback 2, which is boom. So this is a asynchronous event that will get called when this data is loaded, which is, kind of in the name, isn't it? So I'm going to click it, boom. And we can see here that I can basically just hover over things, and I can see my breakpoints are set here. I can see my local scope, my OREC variable that I'm building. Everything is here. I can see my call stack. So if I'm doing some very interesting work that has a bunch of functions being called, that's all there. And then there's also some fetch, which I haven't used this. This is interesting. And that's neat. We can actually inspect things at this point. I believe it's in scope. There's a console, which you can go to via console, or you can hit escape and it pops in. I believe that this is in scope. So if I type in OREC, it actually knows about it. So now I can use interactive commands to print it and say OREC dot, done. And it'll give me a constant. I don't really care, but I can investigate all of the things inside of this OREC variable, which is pretty much the same as hovering over it. And if there is another object in here, we can expand it, except it's in a command line way, which is sometimes helpful if we want to do some simple math or try to run a function on it, because we can do all that stuff. Normal commands continue step over, which means that we're going to stay inside of this stack frame. So within this method, step into, step out of doing the return, and then, is this a run to cursor? Step, okay. I don't know what the step over and step difference is, because I don't use that this often. Then there we go. We're inside of our callback, and we have some response text, which we can see there's a whole bunch of internal server error. Cool. I'm glad that worked, but that's okay. I don't know what this is going to do. Is it going to make it cast it to JSON? No, it's going to throw an exception. But now I can actually debug. Oh, look, this actually returned a not what I expected. So me getting trying to parse it to JSON is not going to work whatsoever. I think I can make this work. Notice that there's no error message. That's over here in the console, and it's, well, actually you can see in the network that this 500'd. I think I need to go to www-test, and then that'll make my script work. Hey, look at that. That's an internal difference here, which is not useful to anyone unless you're part of this department. And then if I run this again and put a breakpoint in there, I can see my response text is actually a JSON object, not just a pretend one. Robe. Oh, that's right. I have some cookies on here and some other stuff. That's fascinating. And then I'm going to step over this, and then I can see my object is now filled with all of these nice more attributes. And then that remote object, I can hover over that, and you can see that's what's getting pitched into there. And here, this is where I live. So very useful, very amazing. Built into your browser. I didn't have to install anything. If you have Safari, you have to go to your preferences and enable the developer menu on your toolbar, and that's just in like the preferences. Brave is Chrome-like, and it's just inside the developer tools. If you're using Firefox, it's in approximately the same place and looks approximately the same. Well, I hope you're having a nice day, and I'll talk to you next time.